russosbrand.com, where the pros are the pros.
Well, we saw extras coverage of Hulk Hogan's death. Let's go to NewsNation's coverage.
Bringing Dave Meltzer now. He's
Yeah, Danny boy. Yes,
it starts brilliant, like right off the bat. Danny Meltzer.
Yes.
What did they call him last time? Dave Messler. One of the things.
Yeah,
Messler.
right? Messler. Yeah.
So now we got Danny Meltzer.
Bringing Dave Meltzer now. He's a journalist covering professional wrestling since the 80s, around the time that Hulk Hogan, of course, shot to fame. He's the editor and publisher of the Wrestling.
Keep it. That's the best part. Is I know you will anyway, but keep your eyes on Danny here, because
I don't know what's going on. Danny is growing a third eye or something. That's new on the forehead. I don't know where that came from all of a sudden, but let's go, man.
Why do these people have him on?
Bringing Dave Meltzer now. He's a journalist covering professional wrestling since the 80s, around the time that Hulk Hogan, of course, shot to fame. He's the editor and publisher of the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Great to have you here. So you wrote on X today that apparently Hulk Hogan was not in good health lately. There were many rumors, even as recently as a few weeks ago, that he was in a coma. What was happening with him?
I think the coma was overstated, but, he was in rough shape, certainly the last week. He couldn't speak and everything. Yeah, I mean, he'd had health problems coming off. He had neck surgery on May 14th.
What's going on with him, bro? What's going? I don't understand. What am I missing?
Squinting.
What is going on here?
There's something wrong with his eyes. I don't know what he's doing.
He's on freaking NewsNation, bro. What is he doing?
Apparently, Hulk Hogan was not in good health lately. There were many rumors, even as recently as a few weeks ago, that he was in a coma. What was happening with him?
I think the coma was overstated, but, he was in rough shape, certainly the last week. He couldn't speak and everything. Yeah, I mean, he'd had health problems coming off. He had neck surgery on May 14th.
Yeah, that's big surgery. When you say neck surgery,
doing, bro? Oh my God! Now that's embarrassing, bro. That's embarrassing.
I remember we had a clip months ago where something was wrong with his eyes there too. I wonder if he's got bad allergies or something.
Health problems coming off. He had neck surgery on May 14th.
Yeah, that's big surgery. When you say neck surgery, this was major surgery.
Oh my God! What the frig, bro?
He couldn't talk.
Yes. So he'd been in and out of the hospital, and it was people who were close to him had kind of told me in the last week that it was bad. They always said it wasn't as bad as the coma story, but it was a lot worse than his friends were leading on as well.
It looks like a contact problem. I mean, that's what it looks like. It's got to be a contact lens problem.
It could be. Yeah, I'm crying. I can't. It looks like. Oh
my God, that's so freaking embarrassing. What the frig, man? What are you doing, man?
Last week that it was bad. They always said it wasn't as bad as the coma story, but it was a lot worse than his friends were leading on as well.
Americans who don't watch WWE may not understand Hulk Hogan's impact.
He just said, "Oh God, oh God." These people are so freaking bizarre. It's bizarro land, bro.
Only Dave.
A lot worse than his friends were leading on as well.
Americans who don't watch WWE may not understand Hulk Hogan's impact, but bro, as you know,
he's trying to shake it off. Trying to shake it off, bro.
Come on, Danny, shake it off.
He may not understand Hulk Hogan's impact, but as you know, and as you've chronicled, he was one of the most well-known people in the world. The New York.
He's gonna just start crying.
He's trying so hard, bro, to ignore it, but something's burning the shit out of his eyes, man. Oh my
actually God! Wrote about him in the 1980s.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
I know where you're going with this.
Bro, I guarantee you, because he was going on NewsNation, it's a fresh dye job. I guarantee you, bro, that's why he's wearing black, and he got the shit in his eyes because he just dyed his hair for the show, bro. That is it in a freaking nutshell. No doubt.
Oh my God! Look at him. He looks like his whole face is about to well up.
That's exactly what happened. He got that dye shit in his eyes right before he did this show. Oh my God, bro.
In blasé Manhattan, where the likes of Jackie O and Mr. T have been observed walking the streets unhindered, Hulk Hogan cannot go 10 feet.
That might have been the best one.
Been observed walking the streets unhindered.
He's crying.
He's definitely
tears.
crying, man. He's bro. If they go to a tight shot, he's in trouble, man. If they go to Dave full screen, he's done.
Hulk Hogan cannot go 10 feet.
Well, Hogan in the 80s, I mean, he was just so recognizable. And, he was, for the time, at the time, you have people who are just giant in culture, Taylor Swift and people like that now. And he was one of those people. He was just everyone knew him. Everyone still knows him. So, yeah, as far as a cultural name from wrestling, him and The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, are the two biggest of our lifetimes. And, it can't be overstated, but his effect on wrestling can't be overstated because the changes in wrestling in the 80s, where Vince McMahon took the company.
I'm sorry if you guys are trying
Bro,
to
I swear to God. Bro, I swear to God, the producer is purposely not calling for a full screen of Dave. He purposely is not calling for it.
Oh, my God.
Effect on wrestling can't be overstated because the changes in wrestling in the 80s, where Vince McMahon took the company WWE from a regional company to a national company, he knew this
was the big show, bro. This was streaming NewsNation. I gotta look like I'm freaking 20 years younger, bro. And he got dye in his freaking eyes and he looks like a jackass.
100% I believe that because of the black shirt.
No doubt, bro. No doubt.
Larger than life to put in as the face of the company. And Hogan was clearly the guy. If you take Hogan out of the equation.
Bro, pause this for a second. Just Google real quick. Can hair dye burn your eyes?
Chemicals in some hair colorings can cause burns if they get on your skin or in your eyes.
There you go. Okay.
If temporary dye product gets into the eyes, it would be expected to cause minor irritation.
Okay, there you go. All right.
I think that's what we're seeing. That looks like minor irritation.
Yeah. See, it caught up with him, bro. It freaking caught up with him, man. Unreal.
Higher wrestling changes. I don't know what it changes to, and in the end,
look how wet his eyes are, bro. Look at him. And bro, if you notice, he's got the lights dimmed too. Like that's all part of it, bro. Because he don't want you to see
a few companies because that's just how cable TV was going to change things.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as culturally making wrestling big, acceptable, being on NBC and things like that, you take Hogan out of the equation. I don't think it gets as big as it did in the 80s or as big as it got in the 90s because he kicked off the 90s boom too.
Right. You actually wrote on X that more people paid to see him perform over the course of his career than any other single person. That's incredible.
Any single pro wrestler for sure. Any single person, no. I'm sure that there's, concert people and some people who probably, would do stadiums and all that. But as far as a pro wrestler goes, there were people who were bigger in certain years. But he was big from early 80s through, and still really big through like 98-ish and had comebacks in the 2000s. But considering the number of shows and all that, no, nobody would even be close. I mean, as far as like shows that big crowds, your 70,000 plus, with Orndorff, 78,000 with Andre the Giant, TV ratings like nobody has ever seen in this generation. I mean, the numbers that he put up on Saturday night's main event at 11:30 on Saturday night,
right,
with kids from 2 to 11. I looked at those numbers, and I mean, literally a quarter of the kids in the country are watching him at close to midnight. I mean, under 11.
Yeah.
It was. If you look at those numbers, they will just blow your mind. I mean, especially compared to today. I mean, he once had 28 million people, watch his match with Andre the Giant on NBC.
Yeah, I think she wants out. She
Yeah,
wants out
enough.
of this.
Yeah,
Well,
goodbye.
listen,
Goodbye.
my son was
Goodbye,
one of the
Blinky.
fans.
Blinky. Enough, Blinky. We got it, Blinky.
Get out of here.
Match with Andre the Giant in on NBC.
Well, listen, my son was one of the fans of WWE, not when Hulk Hogan was wrestling, but just a few years ago. And you're right, that age group, like they started getting really into it when they're 8, 9 years old. It's incredible. Dave Meltzer, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for watching.
That's where it cut. They didn't even let him set, like it cut there to this.
He sprinted to the freaking bathroom as soon as that shit was over, bro. He caught up with him. All that freaking hair dye caught up with him, man. Unbelievable, man.
I'm surprised he wasn't like, oh, has your son seen AEW?
Yeah.